गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पता न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारम् शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम्। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनशम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। लीड पेज 52। ननु भूतवस्तुत्वे ब्रह्मणः प्रमाणान्तर विषयत्वमेवेति वेदान्तवाक्य विचारण अनर्थिकैव प्राप्ता न इंद्रिय अविषयत्वेन संबंध अग्रहणा स्वभावतः विषय विषयाणि इंद्रियाणि न ब्रह्म विषयाणि सति ही इंद्रिय विषयत्वे ब्रह्मणः इदं ब्रह्मणा संबद्धं कार्यम् इति गृह्येत कार्यमात्रमेव तु किं ब्रह्मणा संबद्धं किम् अन्येन केनचित् वा संबद्धमिति न शक्यं निश्चेतुं तस्मात् जन्मादिसूत्रं न अनुमान उपन्यासार्थं किं तर्हि वेदान्तवाक्य प्रदर्शनार्थं किं पुनः तद्वेदान्तवाक्यं यत्सूत्रेण इह लेलक्षयिषितं भृगुर्वै वारुणिः वरुणं पितरम् उपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति इति उपक्रम्य आह यतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते येन जातानि जीवन्ति यत्प्रयन्ति अभिसंविशन्ति तद्विजिज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्मेति तस्य च निर्णयवाक्यम् आनन्दाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ति आनन्दं प्रियन्तभि संविशन्तीति अन्यान्यान् एपपि एवं जातीयकानि वाक्यानि नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध मुक्त स्वभाव सर्वज्ञ स्वरूप कारण विषयाणि उदाहर्तव्यानि जगत कारण जगत कारणत्व प्रदर्शनेन सर्वज्ञं ब्रह्म इति उपक्षिप्तं तदेव दृढयन्नाह। So we are towards the end of this sutra now, and first we saw the general meaning of the sutra, then we saw the word meaning of the sutra, and now we are going to the conclusion. And I'll ask you, please see the page 44. In the page 44, the very first line, see, it is written, Lakshanam brahmano nasti kim vasti nahi vidyate janmadehe अन्यनिष्ठत्वात् सत्यादेः च अप्रसिद्धता। ब्रह्मनिष्ठं कारणत्वं स्यात् लक्ष्यं सृक् भुजंगवत्। लौकाकीनाम् इव सत्यादीनि अखंडं लक्षयन्ति हि। So this is called the technical presentation of the whole sutra by Vaiyasik Vyas Nyayamala. So what is the 5 topics? One is Vishay, other is Samshay, third is Purpaksh, fourth is Siddhant Paksh, and fifth is Sangati. So this is how we will put in the technical presentation. So what is the Vishay of this sutra? Brahm Lakshanam. No, see, Lakshanam Brahma. This is called the Vishay of the sutra. Then what is the Samshay? Samshay is Brahma Astiva Na Astiva. Is Brahman Asti or not? There is no Brahman or Brahman is there. So this is the Samshay. Now in the Samshay is this, what is the Purpaksh? Purpaksh says Nahi Vidyate. See the word here. So Purpaksh is saying there is no definition of Brahman. Achha. So why you are saying like that there is no definition of Brahman? Because definition is given, he is saying Purpaksh. Definition is given through the unique feature of something. Vyavartakam, Vyavartakatvam, Lakshanatvam. So when you give the Lakshana, Lakshana is always meant by giving that character which is not in something else. Supposing I say sugar is sweet. So that means other things you are differentiating, that which is not sweet is not sugar. So, asadharana dharma lakshanam. So, asadharana dharma alakshanam, You can't say the sugar is then which is white. Many things are white. So that does not mean it is sugar. That is ati vyapti. You can't say which has 4 legs is cow. Because that lakshan which you are saying is in many. So lakshan is always telling characteristic. And you say means Vedanta says that Brahman is lakshanless, featureless. When Brahman lakshan, I had dealt upon this topic one day. When Brahman is lakshanless, so how can you say that this sutra is the Lakshana Sutra? This is Purpaksh. Because you only say na tatar chakshur gacchati na vag gacchati or yato vaimani bhutani jayante. So, I am saying, Purpaksh is saying that Brahman does not have any Lakshan. Brahman, see the word here, nahi vidyate. Lakshanam na vidyate Brahmana. Brahman's Lakshan is not there. Okay. So what is your conclusion? I am concluding that Brahman Lakshan is not there. See his point. I had taken this doubt earlier. Just because it is concluding, therefore I thought let me see from Vaiyasik Nyayamala. So Brahman Lakshan is not there. Achha. Because if Brahman will have Lakshan, it will be finite. If Brahman has Lakshan, it will become Drishya. It is like this. Yad vacha anabhyatam yen vak abhyutyate tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. So, a Laksham word has been used. So this is the conclusion. What do you conclude, Purvapaksh? I conclude Brahma Lakshanam Nasti. Don't forget the point. Vishaya is this sutra is Brahma Lakshanam Sutra. Then Samshaya is, what is the Samshaya? Brahma Asti Vana Asti. So Purvapaksh says no, I don't think so that this Brahma is Asti, because there is no Lakshana. Anything is defined by its Lakshana. If Lakshana is not there, how will you say something is not existing, because you can't define anything? This is the point here. Something is not there. How do you say? You cannot tell anything about that. And therefore you cannot say it is there. Siddhant Paksh. What Siddhant Paksh says? He says, Brahma Lakshanam Asti. The characteristic of Brahman is there. Just now you said Brahman is not there, Lakshana is not there, and I already told you that Lakshana always puts things into finite perspective. It cuts one from another. When you cannot say sugar is everything, because sugar's Lakshana is Vebichari, in salt. The sweetness of sugar is not in salt, therefore the Lakshana is Khandit Lakshana, that means Vastu is not Anant. So if Brahman will be having a Lakshana, it will become finite. And therefore I don't want to say that Brahman is there and you are saying Lakshanam Asti, you are contradicting yourself. Then you don't say Brahman, because you define as Brahman as big, infinite. Well, listen, what, let me complete. I am not able to talk, you say already. So Siddhant Paksh says that I agree that Brahman is Lakshanless. Then we are going to define Brahman through Mithya Laksha. Mithya Lakshanam. I am not going to define Brahman by real Lakshana. It is Adhyastha Dharmatvat, Asadharana Dharma. So I am going to define through Mithya Lakshana. So how can you define something by Mithya Lakshana? Through the superimposed snake, I define the rope. Through the dream, I define the dream seer. Well, how will you define there is a dream seer? On which the dream comes, on which the dream is sustained, and into which the dream goes, that is the dream Chetan. So dream is false. Through the Mithya Lakshana, you can define the Satya. Okay, therefore here what I am using, through the superimposed Jagat, I am defining the Brahman as Jagat Karanam. To define something, it is not necessary that the Lakshana has to be real. To define something, it is not necessary that the Lakshana has to be real only to define that. Okay. This is I give the example of a dream. Somebody does not know the rope and he sees the snake only. So through the Mithya snake, you are defining the rope. Through the Mithya wave, you are defining the water, in which the waves come, in which the wave goes, is water. Through the Mithya Vritti, you define the Chetan. Pratibodh Viditam Matam. See, how do you say about the Chetan? In which the thoughts come, in which the thoughts go, and in which the thought is seen, that is Chetan. Supposing I say pot, think of pot. So you thought of a pot. So I said, Achha, you saw the pot? Well, yes. Where? In my mind I saw. So I will say, whose light you saw pot? In the light of whom you saw pot, that is consciousness. In the light of whom you saw pot. But this thought pot is a Mithya pot. And the consciousness is real consciousness. So through the Mithya Lakshan, you are trying to define the Satya Jagat, Satya Brahman. This is the Siddhanti Paksh. Okay. See what is written here in Vyasik Nyayamala. Janmadehe Anya Nishthatvat Satyadehe Cha Aprasiddhatah. This is all Purupaksh is saying that. He is saying you are talking about the Lakshana, but this Janmadehe is Anyanishthatvat. So, Anyanishthatvat means it is on something else. It is not the Lakshana of Brahman. Birth is not the Lakshana of Brahman, it is a Jagat Lakshana. And Satyadehe means Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This is the Lakshana of Brahman. This is the Swarup Lakshana. So if you had to define, you could have defined by Swarup Lakshana. So, and therefore, there is no Pramana. Pramana bhave prameya bhava. So, that is there. And therefore, the answer is given, Brahmanishtham karanatvam syat. Brahmanishtham. Jagat is not anisht. This Lakshana of Jagat, Tatastha Lakshana of Jagat, that from where it is not anisht. It is not having any nishtha. It's not like that. Brahmanishtham karanatvam. This birth and the sustenance of the world is based on the Brahman. See what is written here? Syat. He said, how can something be based which is not real? Srak bhuj bhujangavat. See? Srak. Srak means mala. Garland. Garland and the snake is based on the rope. So, the garland and the base, garland and the, what is it called, snake, which is unreal, is based on the real rope. Similarly, the birth, etc. of the world, which is not true, is based on the Satya Brahman. This is the answer, Uttar Paksh. This is the Siddhant Paksh. Second line is the Siddhant Paksh. And therefore, this Jagat Karanatva is the Lakshan of Brahman through which I am defining the Brahman. Okay, this is the second portion. No, Vishaya, Samshaya, Purupaksh, Siddhant Paksh. And now comes the conclusion. Rather, it is difficult to, I will tell later on why not Tatastha Lakshana has been given as the, in the second sutra. Why only Jagat Karanatva Lakshana has been given of Brahman. Why not Satyam Jnanam Anantam was mentioned as the Lakshana? I will come back to it. We will see it. Now, in the connection, what is the connection now between first and second sutra? First sutra is Brahma Jigyasa. I have already said you can't have Jigyasa of something which is not existing. And therefore, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa has said, because the first sutra was asked to, please note, first sutra I am repeating many times, it is not for the Jigyasa of Brahman. It is for the Athato means after acquiring the fourfold qualifications, Atha, and knowing that samsara cannot be diminished by karma. I am wanting to know the nature of Atma as Brahman through Vedanta Vichar. This is the whole line of Brahma Jigyasa, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. I had explained it many times. And therefore, connection is, now you want to inquire about the nature of Brahman as Atma. So first of all, I will establish that Brahman asti. There is something called Brahman. And therefore, the Brahma Lakshana has been given in the second sutra. So, first topic leads to the objection, which is answered in the second topic. This is called Akshep Sangati. First topic leads to the objection. That is there Brahman about which we are going to inquire. The second sutra says, yes, Brahman is there because we are going to have this. I hope this point is little more clearer. Now, because first, what is the first topic? He is saying to the Jigyasa, Brahma Vedant Vichar. Now Purupaksh said, you have not proved the existence of Brahman. How can you do the vichar of that? This is called Akshep Sangati. And to answer to this, Purupaksh, the point has been given. We prove the existence of Brahman through the Jagat Karanattu Lakshana. So this is the answer given to the objection of the Purupaksh after he heard the first sutra. After he heard the first sutra, the second sutra is the answer given by the Purupaksh. I hope this matter is little clearer to you. See how they have to think. Brahma Sutra is tight. See, small sutra and so much of discussions are there. Now I will come to some significant and important points in the second sutra. Before we go to the third sutra, there are few points. What is the first point? Point number 1. This is called Brahma Lakshana Sutra. Why? Because Jagat Karan is the Brahman. And in this Jagat Karanatva, Tatastha Lakshana has been described. Who will define Tatastha Lakshana? In Sanskrit. One day, 2-3 times I had said. Kadachit kam sad vyavartakatvam tatastha lakshanam, which is shown through the incidental property. I gave the example, the crow sitting on the house. So if you are defining the house with that crow, that which is Sharmaji's house, on that where crow is sitting is Mr. Sharmaji's house. It doesn't mean that crow will be sitting all the whole life. Crow will fly in few minutes. So there was incidental. Something has come as an incident. It is not intrinsic. And Swarup Sat Vyavartakam Lakshanam. Swarup Lakshanam. Which cannot be removed from that. That is called Swarup Lakshanam. So now the question arises here that you are taking the world as the incidental Lakshana of Brahman. Yes, I am taking the world. But why did Bhagavan Vedavyas took the Tatastha Lakshana and not the Swarup Lakshana? Because problem with Tatastha Lakshana, it doesn't tell clearly about the object. It does not tell clearly about the object. Supposing I say, who is going ahead of the fair one is Ram. So Lakshmanaji is the Tatastha Lakshana. So Lakshmana word itself comes because Lakshate Anin, through which Ramji is indicated, is Lakshmana. But it doesn't tell more about the Ram. So Tatastha Lakshana is not, the drawback of a Tatastha Lakshana is that it does not give clearly the nature, show the nature of the object. So therefore, why does not Bhagavan Vedavyasa tell about the straightaway Swarup Lakshana, and why he had to tell about the Tatastha Lakshana? This question is raised in this particular prasanga. Got my point? This is the question. some points. So what is the answer given? Answer is given because, why? Because in the case of Brahman, Tatastha Lakshan is easier to understand than the Swarup Lakshan. Tatastha Lakshan, through Tatastha Lakshan, don't say Tatastha Lakshan. You see? Say loudly, Tatastha Lakshan. Huh? See. Say. Huh? Slowly, don't be very fast. Tatastha. Tatastha. You say? Huh? Tatastha. No, I'm not coming. Right? You say? Huh? Tatastha Lakshana. Practice it. Not Tatastha. Don't say Tatastha. So when I go to Trinidad, they can't pronounce Ta, etc. So will say Tatastha Lakshana. How are you? Tatastha. Ta they pronounce as Ta. Tatastha Lakshana. So there is a big flaw. Now, Tatastha Lakshan is easier to understand. Why? Because Tatastha Lakshan is tangible. Tatastha Lakshan is visible. It is an interactive thing. So Jagat is very seen. And therefore, if you remember, I had mentioned Janmadi Asya word. In Asya word, I said Pratyakshi Bhutam Jagat. Pratyakshi Bhutam, which is seen directly. You can say, so gross mind can comprehend easily. It is not the case of house. In the house, the Swarup Lakshan is also easily comprehensible. That which has windows, which has doors, which has blue color house is a Swarup Lakshan. In the case of house, if you say no, that blue colored house is there, is house. So blue colored or red walls are there, that is a Swarup Lakshan, that is visible. But when you talk about the Brahman and you straight away Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman you will will. Of Satyam Jnanam Anantam, all these words are not so easy to comprehend immediately. Is not that simple to understand immediately. It is not a perceptible thing. Jnanam word is not a perceptual word. That Jnanam is where Jnata, known knowledge difference is not there. So it is not a tangible word. And therefore the definition of Brahman is known through the Tatastha Lakshanam and not the Swarup Lakshanam. Not the Swarup Lakshanam. Swarup Lakshanam will be brought later on. To start with, you have to use, you know the unknown through the known. You know the unknown through something which you already know. You don't know the unknown by the unknown. To know the unknown, first one has to say, okay, what you know first. You can't say something which is unknown. Okay. Well, you know, what is the medical term for mental disease? Tell me in some layman, schizophrenia. What is schizophrenia? So you tell me something which I know, then I understand it. I also don't know what is schizophrenia. So Tatastha Lakshan is more closer to us than the Swarup Lakshan when we don't know the object. And therefore, when Atma is described, you do Panchakosh Vivek, you do Avasthatraya Vivek, you do, Shariratraya Vivek. Sharirat Sharirattraya, through Sharirattraya you are going to the self. Because Sharirattraya is very well known to us. Panchkosh is well known to us. Avasthatraya is known to us. So through what you know, we are going through the one which we don't know. So journey is easier to the Swarup Lakshan if you have gone through the Tatastha Lakshan. I hope this is clear. And therefore Bhagavan Vedavyasa, he did not immediately talk about the Swarup Lakshan, although he will talk about the Swarup Lakshan in due time. So Satyam Jnanam Anantam is a much deeper word, which is non-tangible, non-visible, non-interactive word than the Jagat word, Jagat Karanam word. This is the answer. And here the Brahman has been defined as the Jagat Karanam. This is one point. Now another point has been raised here. Another point. What is other point has been said? I will show you in Bhashya where some of these points have been raised. Only in the Upanishads, the Brahman is talked of as the Upadana Karana. Yat Karanam Upadaya Karyam Pravartate Tad Upadana Karanam. Taking which the effect is manifested, that is called the Upadana Karana. Yes. Only but sometimes Maya is also called as the Upadana Karana. Sometimes Brahman is called as the Upadana Karan, and sometimes Maya is called as the Upadana Karan. Okay. Mayam tu prakritim viddhim, Mainam tu Maheshwaram. This has been said in Shvetashvetar. And in Mahanarayani Upanishad, there is one Upanishad called Mahanarayana Upanishad. It is said there, Ajam Ekam Lohita Shukla Krishnam. There is one Ajam. Actually, Aj means goat. But here does not mean goat. Ajam means here Prakriti, Maya. Aj means unborn. So Ajam Ekam, there is one Maya which is having three colors. Lohit, Shukla, Krishna. Understood by three colors? Three Trigunatmika Maya. Ajam Ekam, Lohit, Shukla, Krishnam, Bahvi, Prajam Janayanti. This is the mantra there. It creates all the beings. You can search where this comes in Mahanarayana Upanishad. Only I don't have Mahanarayana Upanishad. No, it is there in your mantra pushpam. You can see later on in your room. I know you won't see it, but if you see it, you can discover this. Because sometimes seeing one mantra, you have to see other mantras also. This you know something else also. So Ajam Ekam. So this is the creator. So there it is said that material causes Maya or Prakriti. Gita also says Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidhi Anadi Bhavapi. Both know as beginningless. So Vikarasya Gunashaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavam. So from the Prakriti everything has come out. So you tell me the material, because here material cause has been mentioned as Yataha word. Therefore this discussion is continuing. These are some of the small Purupaksha are there. He said in the Upanishads, the material cause, and the Gita also material cause has been mentioned somewhere, Brahman somewhere, Maya. I will show you. In Gita, Bhagavan says, Aham sarvasya prabha matta sarvam pravartate. I am the cause of all. Matta sarvam pravartate. And in 7th chapter, he says, Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevcha ahankar itiyam me binna prakritirashtada apareyamitastvanyam prakritim viddhime param jeev bhutam mahabaho yedam dharyate jagat etad yonini bhutani sarvani ityupadharaya. So there he will say that the cause is the Prakriti. Somewhere he will say, Maya Dakshin Prakriti Suyate Sacharajaram. So Prakriti creates the whole world. So the question is that Brahman is the material cause or the Maya is the material cause. This is one more question. Then what is the answer? As per the sutra, the second sutra, what is the cause? Brahman is the material cause. Because yatah word I explained that yatah indicates nimitta karan also, rupadan karan also. So that means Chetan is the material cause. Chetan Brahma karanam na tu jad prakriti karanam. So why the Chetan has been mentioned as the material cause? To establish the material cause, that Chetan alone has the material cause. Why here Bhagwan Vedavyasa has been mentioning that the Chetan alone is the material cause and not this Jad? Because as per science, the inert, Big Bang theory, etc. is the material cause. So why here he has especially used Yatah word? So there are 5 points to clarify this aspect. What is the first point? First point is that here Bhagwan Vedavyas wants to criticize, wants to differentiate Vedant and Sankhya very clearly. And because Sankhya, rather if I say in this Brahma Sutra, he will be refuting Sankhya very frequently. Sankhya will be refuted quite strongly. Why? Because there are a lot of common points between Vedanta and Sankhya. What are the common points? First, Purush word is used where? Divyo ye murtah Purusha. You will see in Mundak. So, Purush word is very frequently used in Gita, in Upanishads. And Purush word is also very used in the Sankhya philosophy. So, the Vedanta Purush and the Sankhya Purush, they appear same. But there's a big difference in the Sankhya. Purush is Asanga Chetan, Vibhu and Anek. Whereas in the Vedanta, the Purush word is used as Asanga Chetan, which is not Anek, this is only Ekaha. So in the Sankhya, the Purush is many, and Purush is Asanga, and Purush is Vibhu. And Purush is Nirvishesh. 4 words I am saying. Asanga, Chetana, Vibhu, Anek, and Nirvishesh, 5 words rather. This Purush word has been used, but with the Purush word, the Prakriti word has been used, which is Jad, Trigudatmika, creator of the world, Vikari. But Purush and Prakriti, they are mutually exclusive. And Prakriti has the same satta as the Purush has. The Prakriti enjoys the same level of reality as the Purush enjoys. I'm just saying why the confusion of Prakriti and Purusha is. Rather, the very word Sankhya is very frequently indicated in Vedanta teaching. To that extent, that Sankhya is the name of a chapter in Bhagavad Gita. Which chapter? Huh? Which chapter? Chapter 2. Sankhya is the name of the chapter only. Now Sankhya came, well, see, on my name is the chapter only, and you are saying, हमारे नाम से chapter and you are separating me from. A difference you can find it out. Bole, if you don't believe in, I will take you to the Bhagavad also. Bole, what you will take you to Bhagavad? Third canto, Kapil, Bhagwan Kapil gave Updesh Devhuti. And that is also Sankhya. And what Vedanta has a problem. So what Sankhya will say? Sankhya will say that Prakriti is the material cause of the world. And Vedanta will say that Chaitanya is the material cause of the world. So here Veda Vyasa, to refute the Sankhya that Prakriti is the material cause of the world, he has used the word Yataha to indicate no, not the Prakriti, but the Chetan Brahm is the material cause of the world. To refute the Sankhya, he has used the word Yataha for Brahm and Chetan. Well, let the Prakriti be cause of the world. Right? Then the problem will be there. Then Purusha are many. And if the Purusha are many Purushas are there, then Advaita will be Khandit. And Vedanta says that Purush is one. So they don't believe that Purush is Anant. The Anantata of the Purush is Bhadit. And because Anantata is not there, therefore Anandata is also not there. So Purush is not of the nature of Anand. And then what is Moksha? Moksha is the Vivek of the Purush with the Prakriti. And the Prakriti and the Purush there is not the Karta, but the Bhokta. See, they are saying Purush is Asang also, and you are discovering Purush as Bhokta. So what is the nature of Moksha? The discrimination of the Purush with the Prakriti is the nature of Moksha. So that Purush is free now. So if you accept the Sankhya Prakriti as the doer, then first problem will be that Shruti is Badhit. Shruti you are negating. Then how will you prove Jato Vaimani Bhutani Jayante Tad Vijigyasasva Tabda Brahma? How will you attribute to this word then? Mai Sakalam Jatam, Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam, Mai Sarvam Layam Yati Tad Brahma Advema Swayam. Kaivalya mantra is there. How will you attribute to this mantra now? So first of all, I have a problem with you because you are somewhere negating the Shruti. Although they are Astik Darshan. Sankhya is Astik Darshan. But by mistake, they have negated the Shruti also. How will you contribute to this Gita Vakya? Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate. How will you say etad yonini bhutani sarvani aham krishnas jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha? In 7th chapter, aham krishnas jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha. How will you say like that? Okay. And never it has been said that there are two consciousnesses. Acha, it is Yukti Viruddha also. Because if the consciousnesses are many, that means it has to be in Desh only. Unless the space is there, you can't experience manyness. So Yukti Viruddha is there, that means consciousness has to be in the space. Anything in space will become Drishya. Then your consciousness is my Drishya and my consciousness is your Drishya. And anything which is Drishya will die away. Yadrishyam, tajjanam, yajjanam, tannashtam. That means indirectly you are saying that the Purush or the consciousness is mithya. So you are slowly tending towards Bauddha. You have slowly, by mistake, you are propounding Bauddha philosophy. You are going towards Shunyavad and Chanik Vidyanvad. Okay. You see what problems are coming by Anek Purush. And same is the Yoga says. For Yoga and Sankhya quite similar there. In the Yoga, the Samadhi is the main thing. Chitta vritti nirodha yoga. Tada drashtuhu swarupyavasthana. Tada. Yoga says, the cessation of the thought is yoga. Chitta vritti nirodha. But the problem is, tada. When the cessation of the thought is there, tada drashtuhu swarupyavasthanam. Then the seer is established in its own nature. So when the vritti is there, the seer is as if mixed with the vritti. And therefore, to remove all these doubts forever, Bhagavan Vedavyasa coined the word yataha. This is the first point. I hope you are clear about that. Second point. What lot of thoughts have to be given? Because Sankhya and Vedanta get mixed up sometimes. Both has Chetanatma. So Vedanta will say, then Vedanta will say, see, so Yukti also, and Anubhuti. Because in the deep sleep and in the swap, you have the Chetan which is without Desh and Kal you experience. You have no experience of the Chetan with time and space. And time and space are the Vibhajak. Vibhajak means they are the limiting adjuncts. Because I have experience of time and space in the deep sleep, experience of Chetan in the deep sleep. Therefore, Chetan is existing without the time and space, and therefore Chetan is Anant. It is Desh Kal Aparichinna. It is Desh Kal Aparichinna. This is the first point. So what is second point? Second point. There is no discussion is going on. Why on the Yatah word, why Chetan Karan Brahma has been mentioned by Vedvyas? Chetan Karan, Jagataha Karan, that has been mentioned. Okay. So they ask, okay, what is the material cause of the universe? What is the stuff or what is the matter through which the whole world has been made? I have already taken it, I'll condense it. All the philosophies almost. All the philosophies. Somehow they conclude that the cause of the world is not Chetan. If you say, Sankhya says Prakriti is the, Jad is the cause of the world. Nyaya Vaisheshik we have heard, they have 9 Dravyas there which is the Upadan Karan. So Upadan Karan is also rather to make the matter more worse, they say consciousness is the product there. Consciousness comes with when Atma meets the mind. I don't know your understanding. I have told these points earlier also. So they are called Achetan Karanavadi. So Upadan Karan is Jad there. Nimitta Karan is Chetan in Yoga and in Vaisheshik and Yoga, Nyaya and Vaisheshik. Okay. Jain says that karma is the cause. Karma itself is a jada. Buddha says that mind, which is the achetan, is the cause of the world. This Charvak says, well, you are unnecessarily breaking your head. There is nothing called Chetan. This world was ever like this, and there is nothing called Srishti, Pralaya, etc. These scriptures, Vedas, are written by some wicked people who wanted to earn money, and therefore there is nothing called rebirth and next birth and past birth. Nothing is there. Jad is there. Consciousness has come from the inertness. After death, consciousness gets over. Modern science says, if you go to the biologist and the medical science, they will say by the combination of the physiology, there is a consciousness, the body is conscious. If that physiological functions stop, then the consciousness disappears. Therefore, consciousness is a product of the physiological functions. Everybody has only one point to say, that the world has come from some inert thing. And because of this, nobody is wanting to say what the Upanishad says. They are using their own logic and own limited intellect. They are using their own limited. I had taken this point in Reservoir Hills when I was talking about the Shaunakji's question. Kasminnu bhagavo vigyate sarvavidam vigyatam bhavati. If you remember, I had talked about it. If you don't remember, then all is well only. Bhai, if by the mixing of the elements, if the consciousness will come out, I had given one reason, which Vachaspati Mishra says, Bhamati, he says, Jagat andhat prasang prasajjeta. He says because the inert is the thing which does not know itself. Therefore, if that is the cause of the Chetan, then Chetan also should have the property of the cause. And Chetan also should be that which does not know itself, then though nobody will know itself and nobody will know others. Because we are very Praman-oriented people, and especially Pratyaksh Praman, that too. Vedanta believes in Pratyaksh Praman, that thing they will believe only when it is seen. Therefore, with science, whole science could not talk about mind also, forget about it. Mind and Vasana, subtle body and causal body, they could not even venture to tell. That mind which they operate so much, they are not able to tell about that mind also. This is the one cause why the Chetan is not born from the Jada. Chetan is not the product. Okay. Well, why should I know all these things? Because to convince our own self, not that I have to convince somebody else. I have told earlier also that all systems of philosophies are existing in our mind. And you are meditating sometimes, and this thought will come in you. then this thought will unsettle you. Unsettle you. Of course, if somebody raises this question with you, he has just brought your hidden doubt. Okay? So first reason is this, that Chetan cannot be born from the inert. Okay. What is the second reason? Second reason is that if the Chetan is born from the inert, it has to be proved. Well, proof. So somebody should see that Chetan is born. And to see that Chetan is born, he has to be before that. Well, Chetan is born, this has been seen or not? Well, yes. If it has been seen, then Chetan has to be there. Well, no, I am doing Anuman. No, Anuman is based on Pratyaksha. So, did you see any time that Chetan is born from the Jad? Have you seen it? Have you seen that? Well, yes, I have seen that. What you saw? I saw that I was cutting a vegetable. And that vegetable, one worm was there inside that. Where? In the vegetable. In the salad also. In the salad also worms are there. You don't know or you know. Especially this lettuce leaf is there. And there is one small worm. It enters into the brain after you eat. What is the disease called? I forgot the name of the disease. It enters into the brain. And there is a convulsions after that. Already brain is not working too much. So, all problems are there. How about it? Many worms are already in the mind. Therefore, when I go in India in any season, not any season, I don't take any green vegetables. Green, especially raw one, is not safe. Either you put in the hot water and then you take something. The moment you put in the hot water, spinach, etc., it loses its crunchiness. Like this lettuce is there. So loser it will use because you don't know where it is, who had brought it and all these things. Well, I know that the Chetan is born from the Jad. Somebody told me mango also worms are there. I never saw that worm is coming inside the mango. Is there? Huh? Sure. Oh my God. So it must be, the color must be similar to that mango's color. But you have to be careful anyway. Inside this, lychee is there, lychee. In lychee there is a worm. And a person is eating so comfortably. I am telling you, everybody has eaten non-veg. There is nobody, because by mistake you must have eaten something. These Chinese people, they are the worst. They eat anything. Huh? Anything moving they say. So, what is it called? The rat babies they eat. Rat babies. Horrible things. And what is it called? What is it? But one more is there. Anyway. You know, and therefore now Chinese president is saying, please become vegetarian. There's one doctor there, not vegetarian. I was there. So the minister, so he said maximum cancer patients are Chinese in the stomach cancer. Because of these eating things are like very bad habits of eating. And right now, when this problem is started, you know what they do? Hundreds of pigs, etc., they are killing it. They're killing it. Killing means that they go and killing is also very badly. So there is a big hole or somewhere or very big valleys there, they throw it. Put it on fire. Mercilessly. Dog fest, cat ate, dog ate. How can the people be at peace who are giving so much of sorrow to the animals? And here in Upanishad it is said, Shanno astu dvipade shan chatushpade. That four-legged ones also should be at peace. Shanno astu dvipade shan chatushpade. How can you be at peace when you disturb somebody else's existence so much? इतना कुछ होता है. Lot of videos they show, I can't see those videos. Very dirty. They are sending it nowadays. They say this disease has come from the bat. Snake is very common delicacy there. Snake. Delicacy it is there. My God. You can't tolerate the smell. The moment anybody, some non-veg smell also somewhere comes, immediately mind is saying somebody is cooking something. Move away from here. Very strong smell has. Vegetables has such nice smell of vegetable is there. Non-repulsive. Non-stinking smell. But they have a stink in that when you cook. Anyway. So say, from the inert, but you were there to see that. If from the inert the consciousness has come, is it known or not known? Known. So one who is knowing it has come, he has to be before that. So from the inert consciousness has come, this is asiddh, apramanit. There is no praman. Dekho. They jump on this, what is it called, Big Bang and all these things. But they are not clear. So the science tries to duck this topic. Imagine there are hundreds of universities. And best universities are in America and Britain. You know why America has become superpower? Because it has captured all the brains there. The best brains of everywhere, they have the best laboratories. What laboratories won't be available here, that is there. And there is no reservation, it is on merit system. So I always used to wonder, they have such geniuses everywhere in these universities. Why can't they understand about consciousness and Brahma? It's simple matter. You don't need to be a genius to understand Vedanta. Let me tell you. You don't need to be extraordinary genius. To go into the very finer tark like Brahma Sutra, etc., you need little more brilliancy than others. Brahma Sutra will require little brilliancy. But to understand Gita and Upanishad, you don't need to be super genius. And the cause for that is they are not ready to believe in something which is not seen. From the beginning, they have been only trained to believe in Pratyaksh and Anuman Praman. But they don't understand one thing, even mind is not a Pratyaksh Praman Siddh and Anuman Praman Siddh. But you believe that I have a mind and mind exists. But mind cannot be seen, mind cannot be touched, mind cannot be smelled. But you cannot say my mind is not existing. Therefore, Upanishad has said, Bole Pranji Khani Vedranat Swayambhu. Mind has been made extrovert. Bole, don't go inside. And therefore, all of them said that Upadan Karan, including Nyaya, including Sankhya, those are Vedic darshan, that the material cause of the world is inert. And to refute all of them thoroughly and in one stroke, Janmadyasya Yataha. This is second point out of the 5 points. In other words, Chetan Karanvad has been heavily said in this sutra. I'm repeating it. Not Vedavyasa is not saying anything independently in Brahma Sutra. This I have been repeating from the beginning. That Brahma Sutra is not some novel thing which has been mentioned by Bhagwan Vedavyasa. Brahma Sutra is only to validate, emphasize by hard logic of the Upanishadic statements. There is no sutra which does not correspond and does not prove any Upanishadic statement. Please get this point. You will enjoy more when you know these things. You will become very firm and established in Upanishadic points. He is not saying anything out of his mind. It is not some new creation. Therefore, first sutra also you saw. Athato Brahma Jigyasa, what 3 statements. Here also we saw. And in next also you will see Shastra Yonitvat, but my time is over. We will see 3 more points about why Yataha word has been used, why he is establishing Jagat Karanatva as Chetan. Then we will move to the 3rd sutra. Om Hayom Tatsat. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.